Hey guys, it's Scott here from Horse Racing Daily, and today's video is going to be on the 2022 Belmont Derby. We're going to take a look at the field and some of the horses that I like in the race. And you got a lot of horses that are kind of intriguing, and then you have a couple of horses that I think could be potential standouts. And you got Classic Causeway, who just ran in the Ohio Derby. And, he's been running on dirt, and now he's switching over to turf. And then you have Emmanuel, who was racing on the Kentucky Derby Trail, and then Pletcher moved him over to turf, and he won the Grade 2 Panini Ridge last time at Belmont. But he also set a very slow pace, and he was the one controlling that pace. And I kind of find it hard to believe he'd get that same exact, setup this time. And then you had Stolen Base and Tiz the Bomb. They've been racing that Turfway on the synthetic, and Stolen Base actually won the American Turf Stakes at Churchill last time. And he's kind of intriguing, but I don't think he's going to get the job done in this one. And then you got Tiz the Bomb, who finished ninth in the Kentucky Derby. Now he's moving to turf where he's shown, he got second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile on it. And then you got the big boys we're going to get into. And the first one is going to be Stone Age, who is trained by Aiden O'Brien. And they got very good owners in Peter Brandt, Michael Tabor, John McNair. And this horse is one of the two I think will be even money or close to it. And this horse, it really hasn't done, much wrong. He raced as a 2-year-old. It took him a little bit of time to kind of get going. Then, came back as a 3-year-old, finally broke his maiden and won the Grade 3 Derby Trial Stakes. And then got 6th in the Epsom Derby. And now he's over here. And Aiden O'Brien's had some success. He's won this race twice already. Once in 2016 with DeVille. And then last year with, probably going to mess his name up, but Bolshe Ballot. And you look at both times he won the race, in 16 with DeVille, and it was the same ownership, Derek Smith, John Magner, Michael Tabor, and then in 2021, look right here, it's still a lot of the same names. So those owners, tend to target this race, and you got to keep that in mind when handicapping it. So he's going to be one of my top contenders I like for this race. And the other horse I really like is going to be Nation's Pride. And Nation's Pride got second in his, very first race. And then, had 4 straight wins till he ran in the Epsom Derby. And then he got 8th. And this horse is owned by Godolphin, trained by Charles Appleby. And the last, couple years, Charles Appleby's really had some great success sending horses, over to Belmont from overseas and, still in a lot of those races. So you have to keep that in mind whenever you're, looking at this horse. So for me, he's going to be one of my top 2 contenders in this race. And the third one is going to be kind of taking a stab with maybe a slight long shot. And that's going to be Tiz the Bomb. And Tiz the Bomb, he's shown success. He won the Grade 2 Bourbon Stakes, the 2-year-old at Keeneland on the turf. And he won, or got second the Breeders' Cup Juvenile on turf. And then they put him on dirt and synthetic, and he hasn't really done no great running on dirt. He did look good on synthetic, and then now they move him over to turf. So he'll be very intriguing. And with some of these other horses, I think you get good odds on him if he ends up winning this race. I'd much rather take him than, let's say Classic Causeway, who just kind of feel like they're trying to figure something out to get this horse back on form. And then you got Side Dog, who I think would be a good candidate to finish in the money. And he did run third in the American Turf Stakes last time. But he was also, I believe, the favorite going into that race. And sometimes when a horse loses a race, they can kind of get out of favoritism and drop off people's radars. Everybody wants the "what have you done for me lately" horse. And sometimes you can go back to those horses and they'll pay a little bit better. So he'd certainly be a good candidate to get in there. And then you also got a horse like Napoleonic War, who's a Chad Brown horse with Flavian Pratt, who got second in the, Panine Ridge to Emmanuel. But if the pace dynamics change this time, Napoleonic War was trying to catch him. And I'd much rather have that horse trying to finish in the money than, let's say, Emmanuel, who I think could be a little more up against it this go around. So you do have a very intriguing field. And I think really the race is going to come down to probably Nation's Pride and Stone Age. I think one of the overseas horses is going to wind up taking it, in my opinion. And, Tiz the Bomb is intriguing. And that's all I got now for it. Thanks, guys, for watching.